A programmer spends a lifetime refining millions of lines of code to create a flawless virtual world. An artist spends decades on a single block of marble, hoping it will stand forever. Our history is a series of attempts to build something that outlasts our own pulse. We see this drive in the Great Pyramids. We stacked millions of tons of stone in the desert, attempting to anchor our names to the earth with such weight that they could never be moved. Yet we understand that these monuments are losing a slow war against sand and wind. We attribute this decay to our own nature. We believe our creations are temporary because we are mortal, and therefore our work is inherently fragile. This assumes that the only thing standing between a city and eternity is the quality of the builder. It suggests that if an immortal hand were to craft a city, that city would remain standing until the end of time. This is the story of Sardathrion. It was not built of brick, but of the sleeping thoughts of the gods. As they dreamed by a river, the marble domes and pinnacles emerged from the mist to stand between the water and the sky. The city was designed for exclusivity. Onyx lions guarded the terraces, and a desert of thorns kept common travelers away. It was a private sanctuary where only those chosen by the gods could walk the marble streets or hear the fountains. The gods viewed Sardathrion as the first and last of cities. They believed its existence was a sign of their own immortality, a creation exempt from the laws of the universe, because it was born of divine dreams. Sardathrion represents the zenith of what divine power can sustain. If this city can fall, then the concept of a permanent legacy is a myth, even for those who rule the stars. As the centuries passed, the gods spent less time walking the marble lawns and more time governing the worlds below. They became occupied with the business of ruling, sending plagues to one land and mercy to another. To carry out their commands, they used a servant they called Time. They treated him as a subordinate, a tool to be dispatched whenever they grew weary of a mortal city. But Time was actually Entropy, the universal law dictating all ordered systems must fracture. It predates the gods, governing the matter of their dreams. Blinded by power, they treated decay as a mere tool, failing to realize it dismantles everything it touches. By sending time to destroy mortal cities, the gods unintentionally fueled the force ensuring the breakdown of their own. They were strengthening the very law that would eventually turn on them. The moment of reckoning arrived when Time returned from his work in the worlds. He did not come back as a servant. He stood before the gods with blood on his hands and a red sword dangling from his fingers. He delivered a report the gods never expected. Sardathrion is gone. The city they believed was eternal had been overthrown by the force they thought they controlled. This erasure proves time consumes all things without bias, whether made of mortal clay or built of divine marble. Entropy recognizes no master. The fall of Sardathrion clarifies the hierarchy of the universe. Creators do not own what they make. They only borrow it for a time before decay claims the debt. Looking at the void where their city once stood, the gods realize their own vulnerability. The force that unmade Sardathrion will eventually find them too, and their immortality will offer no protection. Their cosmic arrogance dissolves. In the twilight, the gods wail for their lost dream city, weeping as they once watched humans weep for their own crumbling homes. They beg time to leave them a single fragment of dust to caress, willing to trade their divine dignity for one piece of marble, just so they can kiss the place where their streets once were. The loss of their legacy strips away their detachment. Without their city, these untouchable beings are reduced to the same state of helplessness they once observed in the mortals they ruled. The gods weeping over a marble fragment mirror a grieving human who treasures a lock of hair from a lost loved one. The attachment to what has been lost is identical. This shared sorrow suggests that entropy is the ultimate equalizer. In the face of time, the distinction between the divine and the mortal vanishes, as both mourn their vanished works with the same intensity. If even a perfect city born of gods must fall to Mahakal, then the eventual decay of human effort is the natural law of existence, not a failure of design. The value of any creation, be it a line of code, a stone statue, or a dream city, cannot be measured by how long it lasts. Its meaning is found in the beauty of its existence during the brief moments it was allowed to stand.